In this video, we will walk through the installation of the anti-vapor partition in a Toyota Hiace. Before starting, here are some tools required for the installation. A 20mm hole saw, a battery drill, a set of hex bits, a spanner set, and a 30cm steel rule. Let's start by locating the factory mounting holes. Using a steel rule, measure 242mm and 298mm from the center of the roof lining grommet towards the front of the van. Then, measure and mark 65mm up from the bottom of the rubber door seal. Mark all positions clearly using a pen. Next, use a sharp pointed tool to carefully poke through the roof lining at the marked positions. This helps you locate the factory mounting points underneath. You should be able to feel or see the threaded holes once identified. Now we will create access holes. Using the 20mm hole saw with the short drill bit, cut through the access holes with the marked locations. It is important to run the drill bit in reverse. This reduces the risk of tearing or damaging the roof lining. With the access holes created, install the horseshoe mounts. Ensure the curved side is facing downwards. Use the factory mounting points you've just exposed along with the supplied bolts and washers. Tighten these bolts firmly to secure the mounts in place. Next, install the floor brackets. Position the bracket so the mounting tab sits at a 45-degree angle towards the center of the cab. Use the supplied spacer to bring the bracket up to the correct height. Now move on to the Perspex window of the partition. First, remove the protective film from the Perspex panel. Then take the supplied sealing roll and apply it around the entire outer edge of the Perspex. Make sure the seal is continuous and evenly applied. If needed, you can also apply any remaining seal strips to the areas on the mesh to help prevent rattling once installed. Once sealed, mount the Perspex onto the mesh section of the partition using the supplied bolts. Tighten all Perspex mounting bolts from the inside working outward. This helps compress the seal evenly and ensures a tight, uniform fit. With two people, lift the cargo barrier into position inside the vehicle. Start by setting the bottom section of the barrier into place over the floor brackets. Push the barrier back and ensure it is aligned evenly on both sides of the van. Check that the seal sits flush against the frame. Begin by loosely installing the bottom mounting points. Next, tilt the barrier forward slightly, then push it firmly into position with two people to achieve the best possible seal. Now attach the upper mounting arms to the horseshoe mounts using the supplied bolts and washers. Then connect the mounting arms to the barrier itself. Leave the bolts slightly loose at first, and then push the barrier into its final position to achieve a tight, even seal before fully tightening. Repeat this process on opposite side. At the bottom mounts, continue to apply pressure to the barrier while tightening the bolts on both sides to ensure everything seats correctly. Once all mounts are secure, inspect around the entire perimeter of the barrier to confirm a complete and even seal. The installation is now complete. If you require any further assistance, give us a call on 1-800-353-383. Thank you for watching.